What's up, people? It's your boy Blue Forshade, and you're watching the Blue Forshade TV channel. Listen, I'm going to talk about our trip to Manchester United, Chelsea's trip to Manchester United, and round up the rest of the Premiership, match week 5 games and all of that. Boy, I'm livid. I'm livid. I was livid on Saturday, and I was livid today, and I'm going to be livid tomorrow. Believe me. I don't know what we was playing at. First of all, the game. I thought the game was more or less there for the taking. Man United, they went with Badger in goal. They played the lead. Maguire, Shaw. They had what's his name, Mazraoui and Dorgu. And then they decided, when I saw that they played Casemiro, I was like, oh, they must have watched my video. Somebody watched my video. Even if it's the only one person that did watch it on Friday, because all of a sudden I saw that Bruno Fernandes, and then they played Diallo and Bueno and Sesko up front. When I saw that, I thought I'm still thinking, do you know what, at least we would be the ones who would win 2-1, not them, if anything. We came with Sanchez, we played James, Fofana, Chalobah. Again, we're playing Chalobah as a left central defender, when we all know he's more suited to the right. We played Cucurella on the left, pardon me. We Fernandes was there. Caicedo was there as well. Esteval, Palmer, Neto, and Pedro. And yeah, everything's going really well. First 5 minutes, boom. Sanchez, I don't know, he's gonna go for the ball, then he's not gonna go for the ball. It's like he backs off, and then at the last minute he decides to crash in, and he has a clash with, I forgot who it was for Man. It was Bremo. It was Bremo for Man United, and he goes in, and although he didn't mean it maliciously, just because of where his leg goes and where his foot ends up. You know, it's a dangerous. It could have been a dangerous injury. You know what I mean? Anyway, he went on the floor, made a big meal of it, and that was it. We get a red card. Sanchez gets red carded, and then Maresca makes these silly decisions. He decides to take off. I think it was Neto. People don't understand. He took off Neto for Tosin. He brought on Tosin, took off Neto. He took off Esteval for Jorgensen. Now, what he should have done is taken off Neto for Jorgensen and left the defense, right? Left the defense exactly how it was, because you had all 4 on the pitch. You had James, Fofana, Chalobah, and Cucurella. You didn't need to change that. You should have just left them on the pitch, but he didn't. So it goes and what he could have done is leave Esteval and Palmer off, and then it would have just been Neto. All he needed to do was just he didn't need to bring on anybody else. Just bring on Jorgensen for Neto, and that was it. We don't lose no defensive shape, and we'd lose a tiny little bit of attacking shape, but we still got our midfielders, our central midfielders on the pitch, and then we've still got Palmer and Esteval on the pitch, so we're going to look like we're scoring. He didn't. My man took off Cole Palmer. The only person who really looked like they were going to score. Brings on Santos. Like I said, he brings off Jorgensen for Esteval, as if almost like, well, you can't say anything because we need a goalkeeper on the pitch. You know what I mean? Then he brings on Tosin for Nato. And in the second half, he brings on Gusto for Cucurella and George for Fofana. Just after Fofana scored, I know Fofana was offside, but it was just after Fofana equalized. Crazy. The guy's thinking that the guy's moving mad. Anyway, so that happened. Let's go through the goals. I mean, that's what happened. That's like the chain of it was that main thing in the first 5 minutes that just led to a series of bad tactics from Maresca. Anyway, Casemiro. No, sorry, let's talk about the Bruno Fernandes goal first. So that happens, then obviously they break through on goal from Dorgu, who's got free license to sort of run at us and get a cross in. Gets in a little cross for Bruno Fernandes, who was lucky to be onside. He was onside, but he was lucky, really, really lucky there. Casemiro, of course, this is the first time they've played Casemiro in God knows how long. And I knew he was going to have a game. I said that. And he did. They didn't play Mainu, though. They did play, Mainu did come on, but they didn't start with Mainu. I thought that if they did, they probably would have beat us by more, you know. Jesus. Harry Maguire. Was it Harry Maguire that set up Casemiro? It was. Yeah, it was. He set him up. Similar type of goal. Nothing special, but they just done enough, didn't they? And then they just got behind the ball after that. Our problem in the second half was that we did play really well. Reece James played really, really well. Started to because we had no width, of course, because there's no Estefao and all of that. Reece started to take the initiative, started to take the game into his own hands. It was a bit late. I know some people will say it was really, really late in the game. It was kind of, but maybe next time he knows from the beginning of the second half to be assertive like that. I haven't seen him play like that since we had Tuchel as manager. But again, the problem was with Tuchel's style of contra pressing and all that pressing is that it takes its toll on your body. And that's what happened with him and Chilwell. When we had them, when we was playing those tactics, it really runs down their body. So I'm glad in a way that James is sort of aware of that. It is a team game, so people are going to have to pull their weight and not expect Reece James to do everything. But I did like the way, as a captain, that he started to take the initiative. He started to make some good crosses and stuff like that. It was a little bit hard for us because usually we'd have Cucurella as well doing the same thing around the same time. He had already been taken off. Did he get taken off? Augusto? Yeah, he did. Yeah. He got taken off in the 64th minute. Yeah. So we had Gusto playing, who's a right back, playing at left back. And I don't know. Gusto's not really, I don't think Gusto's got them kind of big 30, 40-yard passes in him. But maybe these lot have to improve. Maybe they have to get better. Maybe they have to mix it up, something. But we played, we didn't play shit. We just didn't take the initiative quick enough and get back into the game. We didn't really rock on and get back into the game. We sort of, I don't know, man. We got a little bit miserable and we started feeling sorry for ourselves a little bit. But anyway, there's nothing much I could say. I'm sure you guys saw a completely different game to what I did, and that's fine. You can talk about it in there. I just see a game that we made. Sanchez made a very silly mistake, got a red card, and Maresca made a very panicky, almost very silly mistake of trying to get people behind the ball when he should have. We already had defense, and all he had to do was leave our attacking players on the pitch. Because with Cole Palmer and Esteval on the pitch behind Pedro, we could have done a lot more. Yao Pedro was obviously isolated, and just got worse from there, man. It was horrible. I don't want to see that again. I can't believe that Man United scumbag to win. They did scumbag a win, as far as I'm concerned. And that's it. I don't know, man. Let me know what you lot think in the comments afterwards. I do leave the comments up. They should be up. I'll check afterwards, but I'm sure I always leave the comments up for you lot to get involved. Bournemouth played Newcastle today. It was 0-0. I thought Newcastle, I had picked Newcastle to get some points out of the game, to get 3 points out of the game. They didn't. Both of them were happy to get a point each. Not much really going on in the game. Just that both of them were very ultra cautious, and neither one wanted to, take the initiative and take the game by the horns. Kind of the same thing with Aston Villa and Sunderland, although that ended up 1-1. Ronaldo Mandova, sorry, he got a red card in the 33rd minute. I don't know what the ref was thinking. Maybe the ref just thought, right, his name's Ronaldo, he's new. Yeah, let me just send him off, like, welcome to that. I don't know, like, I hope there was something in it. I didn't really see nothing in what he done. I need to watch it back again. I didn't really see much in it. The tackle was a little bit, I wouldn't say it was reckless, but anyway, it was a red card anyhow, but I think it was a little bit harsh. If you ask me, it could have just been a yellow and a warning, like a serious warning. But anyway, Matty Cash scored in the 67th minute. And then this guy, what's his name? Pronounce that, Lee, man. Shit. Isidore, yeah. He scored in the 75th minute. Again, the game was sort of, I don't know, I think Sunderland, they were playing at home. They just didn't really want to take it too much to Villa. Villa were taking it to Sunderland, and then they sort of ran out of steam. So that's what happened there. It ended up 1-1. Arsenal and Man City. I was gonna watch this live, but I just decided to go for a run instead earlier, because I don't know. I thought Arsenal would win it. They're at home. They didn't. Haaland scored in the 9th minute, and yeah, Man City held on to a 1-0 win. Eze played really good. He played really well. But yeah, Martinelli in the end, he scored in the 93rd minute, the 3rd minute of extra time to equalize for Arsenal, and they should have got something out of the game. They deserved to get a point out of the game. But I will say, the game was a bit dead. I would say if it hadn't have been for Eze, I don't know what Arsenal would have done. Eze played phenomenal, and he was defending. I told people he's a number 10 that actually likes to tackle as well. He doesn't just press and close down. He man marks, he tackles. He's fast, looking like one of their best players already. Anyway, who else was there? Yeah, Liverpool played Everton 2-1. Liverpool beat Everton 2-1, should I say, at home. Gravenberch scored in the 10th minute. and Ekitike again showing that he's worth his weight in gold. Hey, I haven't seen Isak yet. Is it me or think I haven't seen Isak yet? Do they even need Isak at this point? Yeah, this was a clinical win. I think Liverpool must have, again, somebody from Liverpool heard what I said. Because all of a sudden, Everton, Gigi scored in the 58th minute to claw one back. But I don't know, man. Liverpool, man. I'm not gonna overhype them. They're all right. They're all right. You know what I mean? They're top of the table. I'm not gonna hate them, but it's looking like they continue with this, they'll scumbag their way to another title. But I doubt it. Just because I know history when it comes to Liverpool, Liverpool never won two on the trot. Anyway, who else was there? Brighton and Hove Albion. They drew 2-2 with Tottenham. That was a game where I said I did feel Tottenham would win that, either 2-1 or 2-0. I did say that. Richarlison. No, wait a minute. Sorry, the first half where Brighton were 2-1 up. Minte, should I say, scored in the 8th minute, and Ayari scored in the 31st. Minte is a Gambian winger who he ain't really had that much experience at all. Like these guys will never make it in the Premiership. I'm not hating. Good for him. You know, he's making an impact in that. But even if this is like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, he doesn't make it in the Premiership. I don't know what's happening. The standards are really, really low. Tottenham came back obviously in the second half. Richarlison scored in the 43rd minute. And I forgot who it was that was in on goal. Van Heck scored an own goal in the 82nd minute to draw Tottenham level. But Minte is good. Don't get me wrong. He's good and he's going to go on to become really good. But I'm just, I'm thinking, I was looking at his experience and it's like, rare. They just let anybody, you could be anybody now, literally anybody. My thing with Brighton is there's loads of Gambian British, English Gambians as well that are young, hungry, can kick ball, and they're British ones. Play them. Don't play these brothers like Minter and that. Anyway, look, I'm not gonna hate, but it is what it is, man. Tottenham were lucky to get a point out of that anyway before they would have won the game. Burnley, Nottingham Forest, 1-1. Jay Anthony scored in the 20th minute. He cancelled out a Williams goal he scored in the 2nd minute. So it was 1-1 at half time. Remember, I was saying that I thought Burnley would win it as they're a bit stronger centrally. It was pretty much the same thing. Nottingham Forest sort of set pieces and, a lot of crosses coming into the box. I told you they're more wing play. Burnley, they sort of more central, but they were also doing the wing play thing as well. A dead game. I think the rain as well. If you look at all these games, the rain, the weather this weekend has made a difference as well. But yeah, it was definitely a weekend for a lot of teams to capitalize, and they didn't. Crystal Palace beat West Ham. I wasn't wrong about that. I knew that would happen. They got my memo. Mateta scored in the 37th minute. Jarrod Bowen scored in the 49th minute, and then Tyreek Mitchell scored in the 68th minute. A very good game. Obviously, Palace 1-0 up at half time. It was raining as well. But they just came there, they just went there, did their business, they were focused. They didn't lose focus when Bowen scored for West Ham. After that, they just, you know, had belief in their system. They kind of have belief in their coaches. The coach has belief in them, in the players. They went there away from home and got 3 points. They could do it, but we couldn't do it with Man United. Anyway, big up Palace and big up the coach that I know from there and the coach that I'm related to there as well. Big yourselves up, man. Did a good job this weekend. Leeds played Wolverhampton Wanderers. Damn. I thought Wolves, this would have been the game that Wolves would have, come out of there because they've lost 4 on the trot. And they're playing relegation football. Leeds are like the people who say that most people say they're going to get relegated as well. So I told people this is like a winning the World Cup for them. Whoever wins this game, and Leeds just took the initiative, man. Krejci, I think it's Krejci. I think that's how you pronounce it. So that's not how it's spelled. But Luca Krejci, he scored in the I think it's Luca. I think it's Luca. Scored in the 8th minute for Wolves, and that was cancelled out by a Dominic Calvert-Lewin goal. I didn't even realise that he's at Leeds. I forgot. Then we had a goal from Stack. The man's name's Aaron Stack. So when it says thing, it says a Stack. Yeah, so Stack scored in the 39th minute, and then Okafor scored in the 45th minute. All the goals came in the first half. After that, it was just a very quiet game, but it was good from Leeds. Leeds knew that, it's time that they needed to capitalize on that because those points are going to be gold dust. Trust me, those 3 points they've got there. Now, if they can scrape a couple draws against some of the mid-table teams, they've got more chance. It might look like they might actually stay up. They'll still be facing a relegation battle, but they'll be in better stead. Wolves, the way Wolves are playing, boy, they look like they're going down straight away. Who else was there? I said Wolves, but oh yeah, Brentford. How could I forget the other London derby? I told you lot Fulham. I backed Fulham. But people were telling me this and that. Brentford would beat them. No. Big up Brentford though. Big up their coach as well. My cousin used to play for Brentford too. Big up Brentford. I know they're a good club. I forgot their coach's name, but he's good. The Irish guy. He's good. He's pretty good, man. Damsgaard scored in the 20th minute, and it looked like Brentford were going to do stuff, and then it weren't too long before Alex Iwobi scored a goal in the 38th minute. It was involving Josh King as well. Josh King had an amazing game yesterday, man. He was at fault for the Damsgaard goal, though. Josh King, he did make a pass. He did sort of pass it, and Damsgaard was able to intercept and get a shot on goal. However, I will say one thing: Josh King played phenomenal yesterday. Other than that, and he made up for it. I think he assisted one of them goals, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Iwobi's, from what I remember. I know Iwobi got really confident after he scored, and then he assisted Harry Wilson to score in the 40th minute. That was a good goal. And Pinnock in the 50th minute in the second half, he scored an own goal. But it was from a lot of pressure and pressing and attacking play from Fulham. But Fulham played really well, actually. Very, very well. Josh King was being exceptional. Who else? That was it. Yeah, that was it. Fulham beat Brentford 3-1. That was it. Man United beat Chelsea 2-1. Leeds beat Wolverhampton 3-1. Palace beat West Ham 2-1. It was a 1-1 draw for Burnley, 2-2 draw for Tottenham, Brighton Hove Albion, and Liverpool beat Everton 2-1. And then today we had Bournemouth drawing with Newcastle 0-0, Sunderland and Villa 1-1, and Arsenal and Man City 1-1. But that's it. I don't know. We have to go back to the drawing board. Who have we got next? We got who Chelsea got next, man? We have Brighton. We got Brighton at home. So we have to get serious, you know. Let me look at the table. Let me quickly just have a look at the table. So Liverpool on 15, of course. Arsenal second, Tottenham third, Bournemouth fourth. Arsenal, Tottenham, and Bournemouth all on 10 points. Crystal Palace are fifth on 9 points. They're above us. They're above Chelsea, Sunderland, and Fulham, who are all on 8 points. So that's Chelsea sixth, Sunderland seventh, Fulham eighth. And then we've got 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th place, all on 7 points, is Man City, Everton, Manchester United, and Leeds United in that particular order. 13th place is Newcastle on 6 points. Brighton and Nottingham Forest, 14th and 15th, respectively, on 5 points. You got Burnley there with Brentford, 16th and 17th, on 4 points each. Villa, Aston Villa now. Aston Villa, 18th place. West Ham, 19th, and Wolves in 20th place. Wolves don't have any points. Aston Villa and West Ham are both on 3. But this might be, somebody was saying the other day, I mean, I did put a bet on at the beginning of the season that all the claret and blue go down, that Burnley, Villa, and West Ham go down. But with Wolves playing so bad, I don't think that's going to happen. But who knows? Maybe they do. I'm definitely going to put some money on Wolves going down, but I think the price is going to be a bit low. But I would say that I've still got, it's a big price on all the claret and blue going down. That's Villa, West Ham, and Burnley. If that happens, that would be amazing. Who knows? I'm gonna leave it there anyway, man. It was quite a wet and dismal weekend. Chelsea just didn't capitulate. It was silly tactics from Maresca. He had the cheek to say after the game that Kopama was not fit. He was not 100% fit. You know, he was 100% fit. You just made a bad error there by taking him and Esteval off in a game where we already had defensive shape and structure. All you had to do was change the goalkeeper. That was it. And just bring off one of the, the weakest winger. And I don't mean, that's no disrespect to Neto, but, you'd think out of 3 attacking players, you're going to leave Pedro so he's not isolated. You've got Palmer, and then you've got Esteval. They just play as a 2 behind Pedro, and you just take off Neto. Like, it's a no-brainer. Anyway, he didn't decide to do that. He used the excuse that Kopama was not fit. He was not 100% fit. Yeah. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I'm out.